Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory and honor and infinite power to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and Apostle Great Millstone. Peace, salutations to the elect of Israel. Brother Lord Messiah, coming back with another one. Through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. I'm at the plant. And I know I did a walk and talk earlier, and I did speak on the putting on as the elect. And I was like, I gotta find it. And it was Colossians 3 and 12. But then I also looked at my Bible verse of the day, as you see here. And what is it? Colossians 3 and 12. Therefore, this is in the NLT. Therefore, as Yahweh's chosen people, who that are the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. But I go over here in the KJV, and it says, put on therefore as the elect of Yahweh, holy and beloved, right? Bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Hamashiach forgave you, so also do ye. And it's funny because I just wanted to make this quick through the spirit, so I don't have that much time. I kind of had to steal away for a minute because I just wanted to do something because, this is where I'm safe. This is where I'm safe, and this is what makes me feel better, regardless of what's going on around me. A prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself, right? But the simple pass on and are punished, right? So it's like I want to make sure I'm saying that correctly, because I don't want to just be saying, putting 3 and 4 scriptures together. It's in Proverbs, right? Yeah, okay, I did it right. Thank you, Rakakadash. Proverbs 22 and 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple passed on and are punished. So it's like, no, this is what we do. This is where we hide ourselves. Now, what I was saying earlier was that this is something that we do have to put on. Now, we do call ourselves the hopeful elect because we believe that we believe through hope and works and faith that we are a part of that number. But this book is for, what is it? Scriptures are for reproof and correction and edification. I know I seen that one for just a moment ago. But it is for, let me see if we can get that too. 2 Timothy 3 and 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. And that's what this is. Colossians 3 and 12 is what exactly 2 Timothy 3 and 12. 2 Timothy 3 and 12 has told us. Now, what we do when we put on, people out here in the world say, you got to put that S on, you got to put that on, right? But what we read in the NLT, it said what? It said clothed, right? So yeah, we are putting this on. This is something that we are wearing as the elect, right? As the elect. Holy, we all know that holy is separate. Beloved, right? Let's get the definition of the word beloved. Like I said, I don't want to. A person who is deeply loved, cherished, highly valued by Yahweh. So that's us. We are beloved. We're highly valued by the Lord. And these are things that we have to hold on to. Bowels of mercy. That means we got to have this mercy on top of mercy on top of mercy. The same way Yahweh Shai has for us. Kindness. We got to be kind to one another, to our people. Humbleness of mind. Now, it's funny because, humble by definition is a word. Humble mostly means being modest, not proud, or having low rank or simple style, right? I do like that. So let's look at the biblical definition. All right, is a heart attitude of lowness, freedom from pride, and complete dependence on Yahweh. See, that's what it is. That's the humbleness, right? Because you look at the word humility, right? Humility, right? Humility, right? I do like the definition of humble. Complete dependence on Yahweh. That is being truly humble, right? That's being humble. No, let's look at that. Humility, simple definition, not thinking you're better than other people, right? But the biblical definition of humility is an accurate assessment of oneself in light of Yahweh's greatness, right? We are just in awe of who He is. We are not even close to who He is, and that's something that we have to know. That's why the Lord hates pride, because there's no reason to be prideful. Because the Lord's like, ain't none of y'all better than me, so why y'all walking around here like y'all, humbleness of mind, meekness, long. Okay, let's do meekness. That's the definition of meekness. Yeah. A quality of being gentle, humble, and patient. Right? Meekness biblically is strength under control, not weakness, not timidity, or being pushed over. Instead, it is the deliberate choice to restrain or own power, rights, and anger, trusting Yahweh instead of fighting to control or dominate others. Wow. These are things that we have to be. Right? We have to be meek as well, right? And then let's go to, we all know what long suffering is. But let's get the definition of long suffering. It's just what it is, right? Long suffering, biblical definition is having a long temper or being slow to anger when facing trials or people who wrong you. So that's just what that is too. I mean, long suffering is something we deal with every day. We deal with long suffering every day. We come to our jobs, we get disrespected. Come on, man. I mean, some of us, we live in a world where you're supposed to get paid every day for your work, for your wage. You're supposed to get wages every day. Some of us have to wait 2-3 weeks. Some of us get paid once a month. Some of us get paid 2 days within the month. And you gotta wait 3, maybe 3.5 weeks to even get a check. That's not even enough to take, not even enough. But, that's why we have Yahweh Shem Shai, because we can't do nothing without Him. And we're not gonna make it without Him. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. I can't do nothing without the Lord. I can fuck up. I can mess up. No doubt. That's what I do well. You know what I'm saying? But I believe I also do well by running back to Him too, because I know when I go off, it feels like an eternity for me. It feels like I've been messing up like my entire life. You know what I mean? And we have to a point, but it's like it's different. It's like like when you get in it, when you're in the feeling, you feel it. It's just a real bad feeling. You know what I mean? And then we have to forbear one another, right? We have to, we gotta deal with each other patiently, right? and forgiving one another. Yeah, we just gotta forgive it. We gotta just let that shit go. Like, we're not in the world no more. We don't think carnally. We don't want kickbacks. Now we do. We think about it. We do. It's so lucky, man. We think about it because we've come from carnality. We're still putting off the old man from day to day. You know, but we have to forbear one another. We have to forgive one another. You know, we can't be holding no grudges against the brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? We ask the Lord every day to have mercy on our monkass, but we walk around here and see our own brother and we don't have no mercy. That ain't right. You know? And listen to this, if any man have a quarrel against any, even as Mashiach forgave you, do also so also. You gotta give it up. You gotta let it go. You know, you gotta let it go. You know, these are things that we're supposed to be doing. Because if we don't, you know, we gotta just give it up. You know, and above all these, Colossians 3:14, and above all these things, put on charity, for which is the bond of perfectness. Now let's look up the word biblical use, biblical definition of charity. Unconditional selflessness and active love. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's why remember, Lord, we had to come out here and this is our, this is our due diligence. This is our service. You know, this is charity. We're doing what the Lord told us to do. Feed the sheep. Is also putting our lives on the line. We're doing everything the Lord's told us to do. But the Lord's going to protect us. The Lord's going to take care of us. The Lord's going to provide for us. And this is what it is. You know what I mean? Unconditional, selfless, and active love. That's beautiful, man. Let's see if we get that. Bear with me. Put on therefore Colossians 3:10, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. That's Yahweh Shai. For Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. What's that? Colossians 3:10. Yep. Colossians 3:10. It's beautiful. Ephesians 4:24. And that ye put on the new man, which after Yahweh is created in righteousness and true holiness. That's it. Isaiah 42:1. Look, as the elect of Yahweh, behold my servant whom I uphold, mine elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles. That's what it is. Isaiah 45:4, and for Jacob's sake, for Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee though thou hast not known me. And that's what we're working. That's what we're going back to knowing Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Look at this, Isaiah 65:9. I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servant shall dwell there. And that's what it is, and that's what we're going back to. We're going back to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. We're going back to the kingdom. We're getting up out of here. It's time to go. You know what I'm saying? It's time to go. Right here, boom. Holy. 1 Thessalonians 1:4. Knowing, brethren, beloved, your election of Yahweh. 1 Thessalonians 1:3. Remember without ceasing your work of faith and labor of love and patience of hope in our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, in the sight of Yahweh our Father. Gotta keep doing the work. We are beloved. Ephesians 2:4. But Yahweh, who is rich in mercy, for his great love wherewithin he loved us, Salakia, even when we were dead in sins, He hath quickened us together with Hamashiach. By grace ye are saved. And hath raised us up together and made us sit together in heavenly places in Yahawashi Hamashiach. Can't wait to get back there, man. Let's get 7. That in the ages to come he might show the exceeding riches of his grace in his kindness towards us through Yahawashi Hamashiach. Who's that us? That us is this the elect. That us is the nation of Israel. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, American Indians, American Indians, Americans, get out of here. Native Americans. 2 Timothy 1:9, who has saved us and called us with a holy calling, not according to our works, but according to his own pleasure and grace, which was given us in Yahawashi Hamashiach before the world began. But is now made manifest in the appearing of our Savior Yahawashi Hamashiach, who hath abolished death and hath brought life and immortality to light through the gospel, whereunto I am appointed a preacher and an apostle and a teacher of the Gentiles. The Gentiles are the Israelites that were following the other customs of the other heathens and didn't know that they're Israelites. That's the Gentiles of Israel. The other Gentiles that Yahawashi referred to, telling the 12 not to go to, are the ones from are the people from the other nations who won't even do what the Lord tells them to do. But at the same time, this word is not for them. All right. Yeah, 2 Timothy is hard body karate too. Philippians 1:8, for Yahweh is my record, my record. So yeah, how greatly I have longed after you in all bowels of Yahawashi Hamashiach. And that's kind of just what it is, man. You know. I mean, these are things that we have to do. We have to put this on. Let's get this Colossians 3:12 in the AMP, and then we'll call it. So, as Yahweh's own chosen people, whom are holy, set apart, sanctified for his purpose, and well beloved by Yahweh himself, put on the heart of compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience, which has the power to endure whatsoever injustice or unpleasantness comes, with good temper, bearing graciously with one another, and willingly forgiving each other if one has a cause of complaint against another. Just as the Lord has forgiven you, so should you forgive. Beyond all these things, put on the wrap yourselves in unselfish love, which is the perfect bond of unity, for everything is bound together in agreement, which when each one seeks the best for others. See, that is it. And we do that, we do that for the nation of Israel. We do that for our own people. For everyone else, the scriptures say, what? If at peace, be at peace with them. Right? That says, if be possible, be at peace with them. So that's what it is, and that's what we have to do. You know, and if we don't do that, then we got to start doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no other way to be conducting ourselves. Let the peace of Colossians 3:15, let the peace of Hamashiach, the inner calm of one who walks daily with him, be the controlling factor in your hearts, your minds, deciding and settling questions that arise. To this peace, indeed, you were called as members in one body of believers, and be thankful to Yahweh always. And that's what it is. We got to be thankful to the Lord regardless of what's going on and everything that surrounds it. We just have to be. I didn't want to make this long. Like I said, I just wanted to touch on it because it was the spirit for this to be the lesson for today when I spoke on it yesterday, so that's a beautiful thing, So I just want to read it again, Colossians 3:12. We'll do it, once again, we'll do it in the AMP. So as Yahweh's chosen people, the elect, who are holy, set apart, sanctified for his purpose, and well beloved by God himself, put on the heart of compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience, which has the power to endure whatsoever injustice or unpleasantness comes with good temper, bearing graciously with one another and willingly forgiving each other if one has cause for complaint against you, just as the Lord has forgiven you, so should you forgive. All right, so let's take that with us today. All right, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect. I want to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders, Apostle Ray Millstone. Peace, salutations to the elect of Israel. Till next time, Shalom.